Thursday, April 13th, and we're in Detroit doing educational work through the American Strays Project, and just come across this dog that is tethered by chain.
WA2S Films, an award-winning nonprofit conceived to explore, observe, and produce programs about human-animal interaction. On this episode of The Rescuer's DNA.
There he is. What's going on, buddy? So I'm suspecting he may actually live right here, but I did see him as he was coming down the train tracks here, and I thought he might have even had a friend, which he did. Look at that. There's his friend right there. Looks like a young guy. Young pupper. So I'm going to currently stay on this fella. It is right now. It is Thursday, April 13th, and it's 10:53 a.m. and we're in Detroit on the west side, and we've got a buddy here. Maybe he's hungry. Definitely pals hang out in this neighborhood by the tracks. I think that one dog, bigger, the older looking dog, may belong to that house, but that's not a given. So this guy seems to be making his way over to see what I'm about, or coming over to this space because he does. Trying to get a whiff of me. So there's no telling where this guy lives. Does he live down that way by the, the next street or two from the tracks? Does he just kind of come down here to visit other pals? Does he live in that house that he was just in? So, it's not always easy to tell, the story of a dog on the street. It's one of the reasons why we spend so much time out here. And we want to be able to collect this information, this evidence, this data. So I'm once again in Detroit. I'm on the west side. This is Tom McPhee with World Animal Awareness Society and WA2S Films. And we're currently tracking a few dogs on the west side here. And we're right along the railroad tracks, pretty close to Wyoming and Burwood and some other streets in this area that's pretty notorious for their stray dogs. And so we're keeping an eyeball on a couple others around the corner, and these guys seem to be pretty tied to this space here. We're using OSM Tracker, and we've got them logged into the database. We got their picture taken and the time and place. So now we're going to move on to the next area that we're going to survey and see if we can't collect some data. If we come across some dogs that really need some help, we're definitely going to call them in. So it's currently about 12:25 or so in the afternoon. It's Thursday, April 13th, and we're in Detroit doing educational work through the American Strays Project, and just come across this dog that is tethered by chain to this tree and is chewing on a plant that's right there. Might have a bowl, not sure that there's water. that house is definitely not occupied, but someone's putting their car there. So I'm going to note this right now, and we're going to come back and see if we've maybe can bring some help for this dog. I had also just talked to this postal employee, and he pointed me in the direction of some dogs that were down here. Hi, how are you? Which way?
Huh?
Which way?
When I seen them, I was in that block.
Right down there.
On the other block.
Okay, very
and
good.
And they cut up through, so I don't know. But usually I see them like that block off Dexter between Wildermere and Dexter,
yep.
Whitney.
Yep, and I know there's that blue building. Was that on Dexter or Linwood? That blue one by the church. They used to sit right out there.
Oh, really?
Right in that space.
Okay.
But, all right, I'm going to go see if I can't find these tan ones. What's your name?
Daryl.
Daryl Tom McPhee.
All right.
Nice to meet you, man. So, Daryl had been telling me that there is some dogs that are on his route, a couple of tan dogs, and they headed down this street not too long ago. And, you know, I'm going to keep my eyeball out for him. A couple of tan dogs. So, currently I'm in Detroit, and I'm working on gathering data about dogs in the city. Stray dogs, not stray dogs. And I'm using a product called OSM Tracker as I'm traveling throughout the city. And I'm going to take a picture of this guy. This fella right here. And that is capturing his information in GPS. So that photograph now has a time, date, and a location stamp. And we know where to find this fella. We've been doing this all day today, and we're going to put together a compilation sharing all the different dogs that we found while we were out surveying. And some of them need to be rescued. So I'm currently in the city of Detroit. I'm in the mid-northeast part of the city, in between McNichols and 7 Mile, spending some time along Nevada. All of that will be registered in the OSM Tracker track that's created from this. There'll be many different waypoints. Those waypoints will be GPS tagged photographs, so we know where these animals are. This fella's sitting in the middle of a lot here. Looks like he's maybe tethered to this tree. There's a house over here, and there's a house over here, but there's a great distance between all of those and this fella here. Let's see if we can get him in better focus. So he's on a tether in the middle of the space. We're going to go ahead and log his image using OSM Tracker right now.
You're here because you love animals. Help save a life today. Your donation will send the World Animal Awareness Society team on our next mission. From all of us here at the World Animal Awareness Society and WA2S Films, thank you for watching The Rescuer's DNA. We'll see you next time. It's an animal world out there. Watch the World Animal Awareness Society channel and feel right at home. Come, sit, subscribe, and stay a while.